Hi, this is Dr. P here, and I'm going to talk about my perceptions of how the game markets have changed in the past 50 or so years, which I have lived through. So this is a largely personal observation, plus what I've gathered from other people. And the change in how people perceive life and the world affects games. In this case, we can call this the age of destinations, not journeys. People have bucket lists of things they want to do. You get ahead in business by ticking the boxes. It's all about destinations, not about journeys. Which is really odd when the destination in life is the oblivion of death, but that's how people are doing things. Instead of enjoying the journey, they focus on the destination. Well, that way perhaps you can arrive at more destinations, but the question is, have you enjoyed it? Nonetheless, that's how people feel. So for game design, how does this apply to game design? Well, first of all, you probably want to design games with clear milestones so that the players have sort of a list of what to pursue, what destinations to reach, their bucket list almost. You want games with immediate feedback, such as scoring every turn. Scoring every turn was not nearly so common 50 years ago. You want transparent games, that is, games where it's easy to see what you have to do, both immediately and overall. And this again is different from many games in olden days. You have games with actual hand-holding, as in many video games. I remember reading one dev saying, players should never feel lost. They should always know what they're supposed to do next. This is not like games 50 years ago. What's not desirable is games with lots of gameplay depth, because they are rarely transparent. These games are about the interest of the journeys more than about destinations, discovering the depth of the game. Many modern games just don't have any depth to speak of. It's certainly not gameplay depth. What are the implications for marketing? Well, you want to be able to say quick and easy to play. In other words, you get to the destination faster. You check that off your bucket list. Now, those interested in journeys don't mind long games if the game provides sufficient interest. And of course, many games nowadays don't provide sufficient interest. They're games you might play 1 to 3 times, and if that, and then give up. Why bother? It's not worth it. People interested in journeys don't mind games they have to put a lot of effort into if the journey is worthwhile. Once again, unfortunately, nowadays most games aren't worth the journey and people don't want long anything. Obviously, I think the focus on the destination is really unfortunate. It leads to weak games, but that's the way it is. Thanks for listening.